Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am going to work on my craft roulette card tonight. And then I also have some happy mail to share with you. This week's parameters for our craft roulette card were card for a teacher, classroom colors. The element is from the country and random was frame. Well, I'll talk a little bit more about these apples in a minute, but I had these on my desk. I got this set and I was cutting out a ton of these stamped images and then some layers. So I thought that's perfect. Right in front of my face, I'm like, perfect for this week's craft roulette card. So I'm just going to jump right into this and start putting my pieces together. I have been, some of you see me around in the chat, like on Elizabeth's channel and wherever, know that I've been pretty sick because I've been yammering on about it. But I'm feeling a lot better. Still have a little bit of a residual cough, so I apologize if I cough some during this video. Now, I hate when I do that. I'm like in mid-thought and everything just goes right out of my head. I'm looking forward to this weekend. Let's see, today is August 30th. My son was going to come down today, but he was helping a friend out. He had to move some things to a storage unit, so he's helping him with that. They have been friends since middle school, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. So he's not coming down until tomorrow. And today my husband had to take him down to Columbus, Georgia for an MRI. And we did our grocery shopping. I thought for my son it would be nice to, his German grandmother used to do roulette. And we're talking about German cooking. And I was like, that might be nice to do for him when he comes down this weekend. Kind of nostalgic. So I got all the stuff to do that, and I'm going to do red cabbage with it. So I really hope he enjoys it. I think I showed y'all my haul from Ollie's when we met him for lunch in Noonan a couple of weeks ago. Because they had a whole bunch of stuff from American Crafts for $1. It was great. So I got some stuff that I'm planning on giving away. Most of it I'm gifting. And we went by the Ollie's in Columbus today. I don't shop there very often, but you know, they usually have always had a decent little craft section that I look for stuff in. Don't always find stuff. But they didn't have any. The store was horrible, just horrible. There were actual pallets. It wasn't anything you could move. It was actually wooden pallets sitting in the middle of aisles full of stuff. So you couldn't get down some of the aisles because of that. Then their aisles they're real narrow. And so my husband and I kept going down these aisles, and people be standing there talking. This one man was standing at the end of an aisle. I might have to put foam tape on this because I didn't cut out enough layers to match my apples. Anyway, just standing there looking at stuff. I walked around, came back to that aisle, because it was like the snack aisle. I was going to see what he was still there. So I just gave up and went around, looked at they had none of the craft stuff that they were supposed to have. That they had in their ad. The American craft stuff, it was like cupcake or cake decorating. It was really weird. I did pick up a couple of things, but it wasn't anything like the other store. And of course, they're always sort of, the shelves are always a little jumbly, but they were awful. I've never seen it that bad, ever. We got to the cash register. There were 11 people in line, and then another man came behind me, one cashier. And when we got up there, I asked her, because she was answering the phone, and then a lady came up. I finally got up to where there were just a couple of people in front of me, and a lady went by and said she needed some help with an item when the cashier got a chance. And so when I got up there, she said, "Excuse me just a moment." She had to go help the lady, and I realized she was the only employee in the entire store. And I asked her, I said, "Are you the only one who showed up to work today?" And she said, "Yes." And she had kept a smile on her face the whole time. Oh, I think I want to do these this way. Very calm. She didn't show that she was frazzled or upset. She was great. So I felt really bad for her. But I tell you what, they ought to be thankful they have her for an employee. Let me get some foam tape for this. Okay, I have my... I've misplaced some of my foam tape. My Altenew, I used it all up. It's a wider foam tape than this, but we're gonna make do. This is my Pink and Main, which I love. because it's a huge roll. But I really do need to use it up because I've had it for a while. So we had a full day and I was tired when we got home. I didn't really watch. I didn't watch any YouTube. I didn't craft any. And Friday morning, I was up at 3:30. I woke up just, you know, sometimes you just wake up wide awake. I mean, my eyes popped open like I'd had 3 cups of coffee. And so I was tired at work all day, and I did get to leave a little early. And I just came home and vegged out on the sofa. Oh, come on, I want you to come off. And then I had to get up at 6 o'clock this morning, you know, so we could go down there for his appointment. Now, I love this, and this was so quick and easy to do because I already had these pieces. And I'm going to put this on a craft base. Okay, that's weird. That almost looks... Well, I kind of like that with that thin border. But I'm a little more off of here. So, excuse me for a second. Okay. I just took a tiny little sliver off. I like that a little bit better. I thought the craft went a little bit better with From the Country. And here we are. Let's put a few embellishments on here too. It's about time to fill up my glue bottle also. I don't have any little like cute like clay apples or anything like that. I don't believe. Tell you what, we can check. I have this cart. I had my craft cart completely cleaned off. And now you just wouldn't believe how junky it is. So bear with me 1 second while I move this pile of junk to another pile of junk. Okay. I think if I had anything, tried to put all my clay bits. I just have pastel stuff in here. Nothing that will go. My sequins, I don't have anything in here. Okay. So I'm going to go with my favorite standby here. Which are these clear sparklies from, these are from Pink Fresh. Okay, where's my little gem tray? Here we go. I don't want to put more red on because I want my apples to, I don't want to take away from the red of the apples. So, let's do that. And then do 2 more here. Come on. Don't mess with me. Do that, or do I want to do this? Kind of like that better. Okay. So, I do like, I was just experimenting with this stamp set just a couple of days ago. And I think this has happened before, the Craft Roulette card, where I was just messing around with something and already had my stuff cut out. And the parameters just worked out great. Oh, let's put these back in here. And I don't know about you all, but I swear sometimes it's like, no matter how careful I am, I will like find an escapee gem on my desk somewhere after I'm done. I love this. So it says, wishing you sweet fall moments. And really, as soon as I heard card for a teacher, I thought, you know, apples, because it's just classic. And classroom colors, I kind of thought, you know how they used to have you'd either have a black or a green chalkboard. So this paper back here sort of stands for my green chalkboard, but it's also sort of foliage, so it goes with the apples. And I love this stamp. I just think it's so pretty. Makes great apples. From the country, apple orchards. And of course, here's my frame that I cut out. So I'm happy with that. And I have some Happy Mail. And one card, I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, it's right in front of my face. What am I talking about? Look, y'all, I don't feel good, okay? So, put all this stuff aside. Happy Mail. I got this from Jana of J. Marie Designs. And it's just a hope you feel better card. Isn't that pretty? And she has dry embossed clouds. Oh, there, if I put my hand up, you can see that. On both this panel and this front panel, she has those really cute dragonflies. I have a dragonfly die set that just about looks like these dragonflies. It's just so pretty. It's deceptively simple because there's so much going on. Because she has this dry embossed panel with the frame, or with, you know, the layer. She has this stitched panel, also dry embossed with the clouds. There we go. And then the stamped and die cut dragonflies that are popped up on foam tape. Just beautiful. And just a simple little sentiment there. And then, let's see, we'll save that one. So another friend and I did our own little, I think she had mentioned something about she had not done a card swap. So I told her, well, if you want to do one, I'll do one with you. So she said, let's do a theme. Good Lord, I can't open the envelope. I don't want to mess up anything that's in there. So she said, let's do a some breast cancer awareness cards. So we did like a three card swap. And she even decorated her envelopes. Did I send her envelopes with my cards? I don't even know. This mail is sent with love from where I live here to where you live there. Isn't that cute? And this is her card number 1. Wow, that is pretty. Look at that. Those little gems are super sparkly. It's hard to pick up sparkly things on camera. So that is really pretty. She did not stamp the back. Ooh. Really pretty decoration. My sister-in-law was, she just had surgery to remove a lump. Stage 0 breast cancer. So they caught it early. They think everything is going to be fine. Isn't that pretty? Oh, and she did stamp the back of this card with that cute little stamp. I love the look of that. Lawn Fawn has some stamps that look like stamps and dies that kind of look like that, but I don't know what that one is. And then this is a really pretty butterfly stamped. And Never Lose Hope. Look how pretty. She put gems on the body of the butterfly, and it just looks great. I'm going to put a new light. I moved my light over here. So I hope my lighting is a little bit better than it has been before. So thank you, Ave. Those were from Ave Demonte. And then this is from Elizabeth Costa Rogers. I love to watch her channel. Oh, wow. That is really pretty. I mean, that's gorgeous. Oh, sorry. I'm like sticking my face on it and y'all can't see it. There's foil going on. Look at this. I don't know. This is real slickery. I don't know if that's something that, you know, just a picture she cut out. I'm going to have to ask her. Almost like it's printed on photo paper. It's really pretty. Very wintry looking. Thank you, Elizabeth. Oh, wow. Look how this opens. And then it's got the same, is that the same picture? Similar picture inside. Aw. She said, last year I didn't get my wintry holiday cards out, so this year I thought I would send them in July so we can celebrate the chilliness of the season in July. She says, LOL, however, it is now August. She's so funny. I just love her to death. Wow, thank you, Elizabeth. And she signs her cards. She says she's got a really nice signature. I do not have a nice signature. That's awesome. And then, so I told you I'd tell you about my little stamp set that I was experimenting with. So, because it's so wonderful that we have our Crafty Enabler friends, I've been doing actually pretty good compared to what I was spending on craft supplies before. But I've made a few purchases last couple of months. Beth at Happy Place Crafting showed us this. She got this from HSN, so I went over there and looked. They still had them on clearance for $9. So for $9 plus whatever the shipping, you got, excuse me, sorry, you got, I couldn't mute my microphone fast enough, this huge stamp set. So these are layering stamps. You get all these sentiments in here. Let's see. So you get the single apple, you get a double apple layering. you get a little tiny layering apple. You get a blossom, and you get the leaves to stamp. Then you get all these sentiments. Love grows wherever you go. Friends feed the soul. So thankful for your kind heart and helping hands. Thanks a bunch. The fruits of tomorrow are the seeds of today. Fresh picked. And then you have these big ones. You're the best. You're the apple of my eye. And then it says fresh organic produce. Kindness. Let's see. Plant the seeds of kindness, harvest happiness. The one I used, wishing you sweet fall moments. And you get the dies. You get the dies for the big sentiments, the apples, the basket, and the small apple, and the little apple blossom. Then, but wait, there's more. You get some stencils, and this is all from Diamond Press. I'm not familiar with Diamond Press, but anyway. So you get these stencils in it. You get a little houndstooth design. You get a little wood grain, more like a slimline stencil. And then you get this layering checkerboard. So that is really cool. And you could actually use these for stripes as well. So you get that. Let me just move that to the side. Then you got, first I wasn't sure what you did with this, but so you get these 2 sheets of sticky dots. So I think you put your die cuts in here to put the adhesive, and if you want, you can take this, it's like just a blank embossing folder, excuse me, and you can, so put your die cuts in between the sheets, with the back side towards the sticky dots, and then you can run it through to like really adhere those sticky dots to your die cut. And that's what, or you can just do it and use this little card. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, for $9, I couldn't pass it up. Okay. But wait, there's more. I saw Lala over at Mommy Guide Ink use this paper in a project, and I had seen this on the Not Too Shabby website before, and I resisted it, but when I saw her use it, I just couldn't say no. This is called Fall Florals. There isn't any ephemera, which makes me a little bit sad, because Jamie has such fabulous packets of ephemera. Look at the color. It's a little brighter on camera, slightly more muted. There goes the ambulance, or the fire truck. That's the fire truck. Anyway, a little more muted, very vintage looking. And that's sort of an alcohol ink, faux alcohol ink background. Then you have these neutrals in here. But look at these florals. I mean, they're fabulous. Look at that. Another faux alcohol ink. You have this peachy color. They're just beautiful. So I'm already planning to cut these out and make cards. So pretty. So that's Lala forcing me to spend money. Then, oh my Lord, I don't want to see me fumble around with that. Then, I saw Elizabeth use this a while back, and I didn't get it, but the anti-static powder tool I currently have. So it's a brush, and you know the powder's in the barrel, and it will come out. It has started. You sort of prime it, and the powder it's gotten real loose, and the powder it sort of dumps powder on my project now. So I've been wanting a new one, and I saw Elizabeth use this, and mostly I got it because it's so pretty. This is from Tailored Expressions. This one isn't a brush, it's more like a little, almost a little spongy thing. And you just, sorry, unscrew this. And there's the powder in there. And then, you know, you just dab it. I have not gotten any powder out of here yet, so. Whew, I can smell the powder though. Yep, it's coming out of there. So anyway, I couldn't resist that. And actually, I like it because the brush, I quit putting the cap on it, because the brush, when you put the cap on, even though you try really hard to keep the bristles out of the way, the bristles get caught and get bent. So I have high hopes for this one. Come on, focus. Here we go. It's really pretty. And then Sean Manley, fabulous card maker. So if you're not subscribed to his channel, please subscribe. Anyway, he reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm so happy for him. But he had a lot of people give him, you know, prizes and gift certificates, and I won a $25 gift certificate to Peddler's Den. And this is what I got. Of course, I did spend a little more than my $25, but isn't that the way? This is one of the first things I saw on their website, and it turned out it's like on their clearance. But I couldn't resist it. It says, acts of kindness warm the heart, soothe the soul, and make this world turn more gently. And I thought, what a great sentiment to put on, you know, just like a just because card. Or my cards that I donate to, let's see, it used to be Cards for Kindness, and now it is, I can't remember. It's part of scrapbook.com though. Anyway, and then these are all unmounted rubber stamps. And I got them because I'm like, well, I've got some of the foam, because I converted some of my old woodblock stamps and the foam has gotten kind of hard. And I'm like, well, I've got some of that and I can order some more. Can't find it anywhere. But they do have some other sticky stuff for these, so I ordered some. Anywho, And these came in a sheet, but I've already cut them apart. These are these little dragonflies. They're so cute. And they sell all these stamps to, you know, their scene building. But, of course, you can, like these dragonflies, just use them on their own. Okay. You know, I don't want to leave these on my desk. The cat's probably grab one, so bear with me while I put them back in the package. I don't want tooth marks on there. So these are grass. They're silhouette stamps. Oh, this one didn't have a picture. But anyway, they're like silhouette. And they're two different grass clumps. I hope you can see that. This is, so this like sort of hangs down from the, you could put it on a tree branch or just have it coming down from, gosh, I was going to show you all my craft roulette card from last week, but don't know where I put that either. Wait, maybe it's over here. Yep. So you can take these stamps like that and have it hang down like that is. Like I stamped that a bunch of times. So looks great too. This sentiment, another birthday. Weren't you old enough last year? I couldn't resist it because I love, you know, funny slash snarky birthday sentiments. And then this is another foliage that's, you can stamp in any color, but sort of a silhouette. Here again, one coming up, one going down. So that was my gift certificate. And I think that's all I have for this video. Thank you all for watching, as always. I appreciate it. I just, you know, I really do this for fun. And I have found it's really nice to sometimes to talk through my projects. Or it makes me think a lot more about a card if I know I'm going to be showing it on my video. So it really helps me just sit here and talk it out. And I thank you all for listening to me, for watching. Y'all leave the most wonderful comments, and I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.